Hello everybody, it's Glenn Leader here with bonus video number 2 for the local mobile vertical niche directories. And in this video I'm going to talk to you about directory enhancement, or as I like to call it, gilding the lily. And this is just sort of scraping the surface here. There's a lot more you could probably do with your directories, and these are just ideas to get you thinking about things. So we could use these directories to help you defeat problems with cold calling, so we can have a very brief discussion on that, and I'm sure you'll find it very beneficial. We can look at customized listings and how that could benefit your directory. We will then look at directory position placement, and I'll discuss it in a lot more detail later, and that is where you place the business's directory entry in a prime location where it can get eyeballs on, or you could use the directory to build a lead generation system for a business or multiple businesses, as you'll see. So if you can hear explosions in the background, it's Guy Fawkes night here in the UK, November the 5th, and we celebrate by letting off fireworks, so I apologise if you can hear anything in the background. Okay, now one of the big problems with cold calling is that generally most people try to make a sale, and because they're trying to make a sale, business normally has their shields up and try to speak to a business owner, try to get some money out of them. They're not at all interested, and so it's usually fruitless, what a waste of time. But if you used to offer the business something useful to their business and it wouldn't cost them anything, then they're more likely to listen. And that's what we're going to do with this system, and I'll show you how we're going to do that shortly. And we're going to direct the businesses to your directory front end eventually, and let social proofing do the rest. And I've got social proof in quotes because to begin with, it's a bit of a spoof, and actually using real social proof at the moment, but that will actually build. So the advantage of having a customised listing for each business on your directory front end is that your directory front end page will have regular changes, and therefore Google's going to be more interested in spidering it more and more often. And the more often it spiders it and sees that you're having changes regularly to that page, it's more likely to rank it better. Google likes websites that regularly update, and that's why they like most blogs. They don't actually like the blog system, especially for the platform itself, but what they do like is the fact that most blogs are regularly updated. They like blogs just as much as they like ordinary HTML websites. Now, what we're going to do is once we've contacted the business, we're going to ask them to check their entry after you put the details in. And when they do, we're going to send them a link via email, and they may well explore the rest of your site, the rest of your directory, and if you have other services that they can see, they may well be interested in them. We're actually asking them to visit their entry that you've put on your directory front end. That's not cost them anything. So once you've broken the ice with these businesses, and you've already got their email address because you wanted to send them a link to their directory entry, you can then start sending them other marketing materials that will market your service. You can talk about the benefits of QR codes, for example, or you can talk about email marketing. So by breaking the ice, you get your foot in the door to upsell all your other services that you have to offer. And one piece of advice I offer anybody that's just getting into working with offline businesses is to keep it simple. Don't offer too much. Offer just one or two basic services to begin with, and then add to those services later on. Because the last thing you want to do is confuse businesses. They don't understand the internet technology, so by offering them too much, it's like seeing the wood for the trees. They won't be able to. So keep it simple. Offer something you know you can deliver very, very well, and the rest will follow. Now, for the directory position placement, this is where you start making some money in your directory front end. You can easily charge a monthly fee and have 2, 3 or 4 businesses linked in prime locations on your directory. I'll show you that too. And if it's a lead generation, you can actually put an autoresponder or the code for the lead generation software that I've provided with the system. That could easily go at the top of the directory page, and you can then sell the leads onto other businesses. Typically and traditionally, you can sell the leads to 3 businesses, and if you know the AdWords CPC, you can use that as a guideline to how much you should be charging. Obviously you charge more because when anybody ever clicks on an AdSense link on a website, doesn't automatically make them a customer of a business. It depends on their conversion. So you can afford to charge more. Or you could offer an exclusive deal where you send all the leads automatically to an individual business, and obviously you charge appropriately. So let's have a look at the first couple of options that I've mentioned to you. We're looking at the directory enhancement. Now if you go to the New York directory, you'll see that under glennleader.com/New York directory. Click on the link for car repair New York. Actually, let's just do that. Car repair New York, because that's the individual niche that we were working on. And then I just bring this back, and then scroll to the foot of the page, and you see number 2 there. Click on that number 2, and that takes you to a modified directory page. Now we'll look at this bit at the top shortly, but what you'll notice is that some of these businesses now have information on their directory entry, and all I've simply done is gone to their websites, and not all businesses had websites, gone to their About Me page and actually just copied the first paragraph. I think I've probably put too much information on here, but the idea is I don't think I've got any further, have I? Yes, I've done 1 or 2 more. Now the idea is I'm going to contact some of these other businesses. If this was a real directory, this is just a demo. Approach these other businesses and say to them, I'd like to give you a free entry on our directory. I've already had a few people provide information, which is true, it's provided via their websites. Would you like to add your entry free of charge? So they'll either say yes or no. If they say no, just move on. You know, there's enough work here to keep you busy. If they say yes, then you ask them for an email address, so you can actually send them all the information that you need from them, and then you'll update their directory entry and email them back when the job's done. And what you're going to do is email them the link to this page here, which would be normally your index page, but obviously here it's a secondary index page, because obviously I'm not using this for real, it's for demonstration. When they arrive on your page to check their entry out, the first thing they're going to see is this yellow area here, and they're going to see that 2 businesses have advertised already. They haven't, I've just chosen them at random and entered their details in there, but there is a final spot just there. So hopefully they're going to see that and say, right, okay, well, 2 businesses already gone there, there's only 1 spot left, I better grab that before somebody else does. And so hopefully they'll click on that. Not all of them will, but some of them will click on that and follow up with you. When you've actually got one signed up, you simply replace one of these original places with their directory entry. Now you've got positions 1, 2 and 3 here. You can charge more for the first one than the second one, and more from the second one than the third one. And so obviously you work out what would be worth to you, and what that, you'll know how many searches there are, you know the cost per click, and so you can know roughly how much the total market is, but you'd know that anyway if you've done the calculations that we did in the first video, or the first few videos. So that's it really. Now the other alternative would be not to have this primary listing location here, but to actually in this spot have a lead generation part of the page as well, or instead of. So get some autoresponder code, put it in there, put some nice bulleted points about why people should want to contact Car Repair New York, or why people want their cars repaired by these particular businesses. capture the information, and then either sell them on to 3 different businesses. Obviously you've got a list there of businesses that might want to buy the leads off you, or you may well find that only one business wants the leads, in which case you sell exclusively to them. Make sure the emails are forwarded onto their email address, but of course you charge more for that. And you've seen how easy these directories are to build, so you can build quite a nice little empire very quickly. In a matter of a few days you can have dozens of these pages up, especially if you use a scraper. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. Hope it's got some ideas in your mind now, working on over time, trying to think of other methods of monetizing these directory front ends. And I'll speak to you in the next bonus video when I'll talk to you about other ways of monetizing this kind of business. Thank you very much.